Right now, Bullseye Brief founder and author Adam Johnson, American Majority CEO Ned Ryun, and Democratic strategist Pablo Manriquez. You know, everybody's talking about the potential for a government shutdown. Ned Ryun, what will that mean economically and politically for the country? And will voters blame Donald Trump and his administration if the government needs to shut down?
Well, Trish, if we look at history and look at what happened with Ronald Reagan, he shut the government down 8 times. The economic growth during Reagan. I did see your tweet. I cheated. But here's the thing, though.
Let me remind the viewer, 8 times, more than any other president in recent history.
That's right.
It was shut down, but yet we had better than 3% growth throughout.
I was going to say it was 3.5% growth on average during Reagan's administration. And so when people say, you know, Trump might shut down the government if he doesn't get the bill that he wants, you know what? It was actually good for the economy. And I think the thing that's been interesting listening to this press conference, hearing the discussion not only of Venezuela, Goldman Sachs, the debt ceiling, the tax cuts, I think the thing that has perplexed people in D.C. and in New York City is that Trump is not in pursuit of corporatism. He's not in pursuit of republicanism. He's in pursuit of Americanism. And I think that's the thing that people still haven't gotten their heads around, that he does view himself as the voice of the American people that are outside of that D.C., New York City bubble.
I hear you. And I think that a lot of people love him for it. But that said, you got to be able to get stuff done, right? I mean, we need to be able to see tax cuts get done. Yes, it is a do-nothing Congress. But somebody's got to get them to do something. I mean, Adam Johnson, I understand and feel the president's frustration. Mitch McConnell has never really been fully on board. You know, you've got Paul Ryan, who as well, I think, is wrestling internally with whether or not he really wants to support this administration. But let me put it this way. If they don't get it done, meaning tax cuts, if they don't get those done this year, do they get voted out?
Oh, they absolutely get voted out. I mean, passing tax cuts, Trish, is political survival. You don't get this done, you're out of a job, as far as the American public is concerned. And by the way, that goes for Democrats, too. The thing about this, Trish, you know, you talk about Trump being a populist. Absolutely, voice of the people, right? But in order to be a populist, and Trish, as you point out, a populist who gets things done, you have to be able to work with people. No man is an island. You got to be able to work with your own party. And guess what? In the tradition of Ronald Reagan, George Bush, and I hate to give him credit, but even Bill Clinton, you've also got to be able to cross the aisle and work with members of the other party. And admittedly, Mr. Trump is isolating himself, and I wish he would stop doing that.
Well, I don't know. I think that there's some kind of new party that's being generated out of all this. I mean, you look at now the governor of Colorado and John Kasich, so you get a Democrat and a Republican are out there doing events together, Pablo Manriquez, and it's almost like they're trying to prove that they can be some other kind of alternative where you have the left and the right coming together. I don't know. I think that there's good chance, a very good chance, that you're going to see a new party born of all of this, a party that is more in line with Donald Trump and some of those long-time blue-collar Democrats that really feel like they've been left out in the cold. What's your take?
I would agree that a new party is certainly a possibility. I don't think that it would be formed by the left and right coming together, though, and more of just the GOP splitting apart. The big issue here, I think, and I think all of us
also have problems. Let's not, I mean, don't ignore the elephant in the room, right? You got your Bernie Sanders crowd, and then you got your Nancy. I mean, you've got a splintering of your party as well.
No doubt. There's a lot of splintering going on in American politics today because Donald Trump is taking the country in a fundamentally new direction. But I think that, like, as a Democrat for, you know, during the Obama years, we did see that Mitch McConnell in particular and Paul Ryan as well were really never good at proactively building anything. They were excellent at obstruction, and that's something that Democrats know, and now Trump's starting to figure out as well. And I think that that's sort of inspiring this move away from institutional Republican candidates.
The obstruction is not going to work, and I can tell anyone that. I mean, hang on, Ned. No. It's not going to work. And you know why it's not going to work? Because Americans are so sick of that gridlock. They don't like to see that gridlock. They like to see stuff done. And for 8 years, we got nothing done. Well, I guess President Obama got a few of the things that he wanted done. You got to give him credit for that, right?
Yeah, healthcare, that was about it.
Right?
It's appalling that they don't have a tax reform plan for us,
But there was nothing as far as their, you know, any kind of economic policy.